Ros-Lehtinen joins us. Good evening, Congresswoman.
Thank you so much, Greta.
So the president hasn't made a call to congratulate. I should note, though, that German Chancellor Merkel has not either. She's going to wait until a government is formed. But should President Obama have made that call?
Absolutely. Shame on him for not having made that call. Secretary Kerry did do that. And we should point out to your viewers, Greta, that the last election, just 2 years ago, when Netanyahu also won and had not formed a coalition yet, President Obama did call Bibi to congratulate him. So what is it about this time? About not forming the government? He had not formed the government before, and he got that call. What this is about is that Netanyahu has been in the president's face about this weak and dangerous Iranian deal that's going to undermine U.S. security interests, and the president wants it his way or no way. He doesn't want any dissenting opinions.
Is this that he doesn't want a dissenting opinion, or he disagrees with them on policy, or is this a personal grudge?
This is a personal grudge. It doesn't really pass on to what is happening in the House and in the Senate. The Senate is investigating this organization called One Voice, where what a coincidence. A lot of Obama's political operatives have been involved in an anyone but Bibi campaign in Israel, trying to bring down the turnout and make sure that Bibi does not win. Now, I congratulate my House colleague, Ron DeSantis of Florida. He wrote a letter immediately in the morning, and within a matter of hours in the House of Representatives, he has over 175 signatures from members of Congress congratulating Bibi for this amazing victory, because what's important is not who is elected, but in enduring friendship and cooperation and security between the United States and our greatest ally, the State of Israel. This is a President Obama, who didn't want to be here to listen to Netanyahu's speech. Vice President Biden made up a foreign trip in order not to be here. It's been shameful the way we've treated the best ally we have, and a state that's so worried about this dangerous Iran deal.
I guess that I would be, and look, I think it's a personal grudge, and I think it's rotten. You know, I heard what he said when he got caught on a hot mic with then President of France, Sarkozy, when he was trash-talking him. I know he snubbed him and didn't even invite him over for coffee if he was in town or anything. I know that, and I know that sometimes in politics, it gets very personal and people show this, but right now this is playing out on a stage coincidentally to the time when we're trying to figure out what to do about Iran and nuclear weapons at a very tenuous time in the world.
So
what should Americans think? What should Americans think watching this? That this will all work out, or something else?
Americans should say to their president, move on. We had an election that was free, fair, and transparent. Even though this administration interfered with that election, we've got the winner now. He's going to form the coalition. That's a very difficult process. And even while Netanyahu is trying to form the coalition, which is difficult, still President Obama will not let up. He is saying, oh, he's used terrible rhetoric. Listen to the just 1 second, Greta, that President Obama used when trying to get Latinos ginned up for the election. He said, if Latinos sit out the election cycle, instead of saying we're going to punish our enemies and we're going to reward our friends who stand on issues, then blah, blah, blah. This is a pretty divisive kind of rhetoric. And the election is over. Let's move on. But no, they're really sticking it to Netanyahu still, and to this day.
You know what, if you might want to stick around for my off the record if you want to hear divisive rhetoric. I'm going to hit Senator Durbin over the head symbolically with something he said. But getting back to President Obama, when he does make that call, what should he say besides congratulations to the Prime Minister?
And that we're going to work together to make sure that Israel is safe, that is secure. I'm sorry that I've worked out this deal with Iran, but let me share with you what the details are. Let's treat Israel like our ally and not our adversary. Let's change the tone of the conversation.
What if Prime Minister Netanyahu thinks it's a bad deal and threatens his country? What should he say?
Then the Prime Minister is within his power to take action, and he will form a coalition that sees no daylight on the issue of Iran. They are of like minds, whether it's Labour or Likud. They understand that Iran, with nuclear arms, continues to pose an existential threat to Israel. He will take action, And President Obama has to understand that the United States Congress sides with Israel when it comes to this. One thing is the executive branch. Another thing altogether is the legislative branch. We stand with our allies, and we know an adversary when we see one. And what we see in Israel is an ally and not an enemy.
Well, the whole world's going to be watching this. In the next few days are going to be very tenuous days. Congresswoman, thank you.
Thank you, Greta.
And this is extremely